friends, welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made a mosaic number 8 for my daughter's 8th birthday party. These are foam boards that I use from the Dollar Tree. I have 4 of them combined and I hand sketched the number 8. I'm flipping it onto the other side. At first I made it with just 2 foam boards and I realized I wanted 5 feet, so I went ahead and added extra foam boards and made that. With the 0, I had a big sheet of paper and taped it together and kind of made me a stencil so I can make sure both zeros are the same at the top and bottom of the number 8. Now right here, you'll see me cutting. I didn't get video when I first started cutting, but I decided for some reason to use scissors. That was not a good idea. But we had some new sharp scissors that my husband purchased, and I decided to use scissors instead of a razor to cut out this number 8. Just for future reference, if you are making one of these, to save your time, to save your hand from hurting, make sure that you use a razor. Because I don't have a razor, I have to cut little pieces out at a time. So that's why you see me cutting a little bit and going back to the corner and cutting some more, because it just made it easier for me to cut out this number 8 with scissors. It was a little challenging for me because I did use scissors, but with the razor, you pretty much just trace around the outline of whatever number that it is. And the process usually goes a lot faster and pretty easy if you're using the correct tool to do this. You can go ahead and finish watching me get this number 8 cut out, and then I'll tell you what's the next step that we're gonna do. And I do speed up the video in just a few seconds to make sure that it goes a little bit faster for you. And like I said earlier, I actually did sketch this number 8 on my own, but they do have templates on sites such as Etsy that you can purchase to make the process easier for you. And if you notice, the bottom of the number 8 is flat instead of rounded, and that will be to help it stand up later on. And if you can see, the edges here are not straight. Again, that's because I use scissors, and if you want them to be a little bit straighter, use a razor. And I attempted to use my scissors again to poke off the hole for the circle for the number 8, and I realized after a while this was just not going to work. So I didn't have a razor, but I asked my husband, and he had like a work tool razor, so I went ahead and just got that from him to use. I figured any razor is better than no razor. Underneath right here, what I'm doing is I'm stuffing a cardboard box underneath my number 8 to protect my carpet. And thank God he had a razor for me to use. It is still a little bit challenging to cut out because it's not the X-Acto knife razor that makes it a little bit easier, but I'd rather have this than the scissors, so I just did the best that I could to make it work. Also, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell. And then I flipped my number 8 over to the back to make it easier for me to cut through the foam board, and then I pushed it out. So this is the number 8 all cut out. And the next step I'm going to do is we're going to make the side panels for the number 8. So I need to cut 6-inch panels for like the side walls of it that will hold, you know, the thickness that we can put the balloons in. So I'm just using a measuring tape, and every 6-inch I'm just making a mark. And then the straightest thing that I had to use that was at least kind of long enough was this cardboard box. I'm using that to help me draw straight lines across these foam boards so I can cut out the side panels to then glue on to the number 8. Okay friends, so now I'm taking my razor and I'm just cutting down a straight line on all the lines that I just drew with the razor to go ahead and get those cut out. Again, I don't have the best razor, so I did have to turn the board over and play with it a little bit to try to get it to cut out. But when you have a good razor the first time through, or maybe another time through, you should be able to get it cut out. But I just adjusted until I finally got it cut off. Okay, and so now what I'm about to do is take my razor and I'm going to go down and cut little lines going across, and this is called scoring. And with scoring, this allows you to have flexibility with the side panels. And as you see on the back of the panel, you don't want the razor to go all the way through. You just want to do the razor light enough so that you can bend the panels. So like for example, the number 8 is curved. I need to be able to bend the panels to be able to glue them around the number 8. Once you have your panels cut, you take your hot glue gun and you just hold it up to the number 8. I did glue the bottom of the side panels, and then also you'll see me a little bit later when I glue inside the panels as well. And then when you attach the edges like this, you just put a little hot glue in between and you just hold them together to secure all the corners together. And then what I do, when you see the curve at the number 8 in the middle, I have a little bit panel left over, so I actually am able to bend it back. So I don't have to cut the panel, I'm able to bend it back to glue it. And once I bend it back, I just keep adding on the extra panels, as you'll see as we go along. And just give the panels a little push to hold for a few seconds to allow the glue to dry, to make sure everything gets secure and holds well. And then I left an opening on my number 8 so I can reach the middle part well with the circle. I'm going to show you now how I glue the circle for the number 8. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue the side panel inside the circle. For me, this seems a little bit easier, but if you want to choose to glue it on top of the circle or on the outside, it's up to you. But this seems to be the easiest way. So I just have to take a little bit extra glue to make sure I secure it on the outside now. And then I'm going to just, the same way I did for the number 8, I'm going to go ahead and add an extra panel. It is a gap right here, but we'll fix that with a small piece of panel. So here is the completed number 8. It looks beautiful. And now I'm just adding balloons to fill it in. And then I take my hot glue gun. So the hot glue gun will allow you to secure the balloons in the number. So I just put on a little amount of hot glue and I just press and hold and stick it to my number 8. And then as you go along, you just adjust and you use bigger balloons and smaller balloons just based upon the space that you have, but you just fill in the balloons that fit best and however you like the design. It was easier for me to start just gluing the hot glue onto the number 8 and then pushing the balloons down, so I just started doing that way. And as you can see right here, I'm putting in a couple smaller balloons around the bigger balloons, and you go around, glue all the balloons that you want into place. And here are the results for our mosaic number 8. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. Check out my website, Esthersroyalpartydesigns.com, and have a royal day.